Philippine government under pressure to speed up typhoon aid delivery, the Housing Society to promote intergenerational living, and the Commonwealth meeting overshadowed by human rights concerns. Good evening. Aid to survivors of Super Typhoon Haiyan in the Philippines is coming in, but not fast enough. The masses are complaining they're starving, there's no water, and their dead loved ones are still lying in the streets. Here's Sonia Otero with the latest. In our continued coverage of the aftermath of Typhoon Haiyan, another major disaster area is the city of Bogo in Cebu, where residents are also desperate for relief aid. Jenny Lam reports. In local news, the Housing Society unveiled a new residential project aimed at promoting intergenerational living. Show flats for Harmony Place in Shao K1 will be available for viewing in Cheung Sha 1 from tomorrow. On the lower floors, 60 units will be reserved for the elderly, while 200 flats on the upper floors will be sold at market prices. Those buying or leasing for the elderly will be given priority. However, buyers must sign an oath to prove they are in fact related to the elderly tenants. Lawmakers have been meeting with the Chief Executive and Financial Secretary to convey their views ahead of the policy address and budget next year. But some are also using the opportunity to express their discontent at the government's handling of the TV licensing controversy. It's hard to say how much from these consultation meetings will make it into the government's 2014 policy address and budget. Still, 6 members of the Civic Party today saw an opportunity to raise 3 pressing concerns.
Number 1 is the liaison office of the Central People's Government, by contravening Article 22 of the Basic Law, was obviously and evidently interfering with local affairs. The second thing that I mentioned was that the handling by the Chief Executive of the licensing saga in HKTV. And lastly, of course, I pointed out to him that he really should have a timetable for introducing real universal suffrage and real democracy to Hong Kong. But to our disappointment, the Chief Executive did not really give any substantial reply to any of the 3 matters.
And universal suffrage took centre stage in another consultation meeting as well, this one with members of the Democratic Alliance for the Betterment and Progress of Hong Kong, or DAB. DAB Chairman Tam Yu Chung said they used their meeting to tell the Chief Executive the upcoming consultation period on constitutional reform should be as long as 6 months. Tam said if too little time was devoted to consulting public opinion, that would draw criticism. He also said the DAB will come up with its own constitutional reform proposals after it has finished gathering opinions. Questions about Sri Lanka's human rights record have overshadowed the start of a Commonwealth summit on the island nation. The country's president rejected allegations government forces overstepped the mark when ending a decades-old civil war 4 years ago. Tony Sabine reports. Kevin Rudd, who twice won and lost the leadership of Australia's government, is now quitting politics for good. Rudd made this shocking announcement yesterday in front of Parliament, saying he would quit his House of Representatives seat by the end of this week for family reasons. The 56-year-old lawmaker surprised many commentators who expected him to push for a third bid for power after the next elections in 2016. And back locally, the Education Bureau has outlined details of a new kindergarten admission scheme in North District and Tai Po. The mad scramble for places, especially by some mainland parents, has led to complaints from local parents. As Vicky Kung reports, the new system ensures parents can sign up with more than one kindergarten. The Paris prosecutor's office has opened an investigation into racism against a far-right news magazine. This after the publication compared France's black justice minister to a monkey. Alan Buchner has more. And in sports, Mexico took a big step toward qualification for next year's World Cup. Mexico thrashed New Zealand 5-1 in their first leg playoff at Azteca Stadium. Jameson Wong has more. And tonight's winning Mark 6 numbers are 3, 8, 10, 25, 29, 34, and the extra number is 32. Tomorrow's weather will be a bit cooler. We'll also have mainly cloudy skies with a temperature of about 19 degrees. That's the news. Thanks for watching.